So every Saturday, I get up in the morning and I'm still exhausted from a whole week's of work, and I get some coffee and I turn on the TV and I see the same reality show play out, some couples looking at houses to buy. And sometimes in the afternoon, I start to ponder whether or not we should upgrade to a bigger house or renovate our kitchen. Doing any of that would mean taking on another loan. And to pay off that loan, I would have to keep on working. And there is a part of me that wonders if all of this is just a coincidence or triggers that society has designed to keep us working. So today I wanted to talk to you about work, the 9-to-5 grind, the system we're born into. People act like this is just the way things are, that, hey, we all just have to work, that society would collapse if we didn't. But who decided all of this? Who made these rules? Because the truth is, we didn't choose this system. It was forced on us, and history proves it. We were conditioned from childhood to believe that work is the only path through life. We go to school where we are taught to obey, to follow schedules, to listen to authority. From an early age, we're trained for a life of employment, basically. By the time we grow old enough to make our own decisions, it's just too late. Okay, let's get into it. So people say that we have a choice, work or starve. That's not a choice, that's a trick, Noam Chomsky put it best: the choice is an illusion created between those of power and those without. Just think about this. When did society decide that humans must work to deserve food, water, and shelter? The idea of jobs as we know them today is pretty new, Ancient civilizations, they didn't operate this way. Even when people were building pyramids, they were tricked into thinking that they were part of something greater. Whether they were slaves or not, that debate is over for me. But my point is this: the real shift, it happened after the Industrial Revolution. Before that, people worked for themselves. They farmed, they traded, they built their own lives. Then factories came, and suddenly working for someone else became normal. But it wasn't about giving people opportunities. It was just about controlling them. Factories obviously needed workers, so the elites, they made these rules. They took land, so people had nowhere to live unless they worked. They built schools, not to educate, but to train obedient employees. It's all in the history books. The 40-hour work week, it wasn't about fairness. It was about productivity. And the whole system was designed to keep people dependent on their jobs. And today, we still live in that system. Corporations still manipulate workers, still treat people as replaceable. And if you think that you're safe, just remember that mass layoffs happen every year, all the time, Thousands lose their work overnight, proving how little workers actually matter to the system. So fast forward to today, the system hasn't really changed, just the office buildings maybe, and the laptops and the smartphones, but it's pretty much the same thing. So they say that if we all stopped working, society would collapse. But whose societies? Is it the billionaires' society? Is it the corporations? They fired thousands of people overnight and life just goes on. In 2008, the financial crash proved that banks, the ones who control everything, could destroy the economy in seconds. Regular people like you and me, we lost our jobs, homes, our savings. And did the CEOs suffer? No, they got bailed out with taxpayer money. And history just keeps on repeating. Workers have to pay the price, and the rich, they just stay rich. The system doesn't care about us. They tell us to work hard, save money, and retire at 65, or actually is it 70 now? But by then, most people are too exhausted to enjoy life. They tell us to be grateful for our jobs, but the truth is, your boss's dream house is built on the hours you traded away. They say we have freedom, but what kind of a freedom is this? Selling our time just to survive? It's like the Matrix. Most people, they don't even see the cage that they're in. They wake up, work, sleep, repeat, and they think that this is just how life is. But what if we start to question all of this? What if we dare to imagine something better? So here's the thing. This doesn't have to be our reality. We were born into this system, but we don't have to stay in it. Technology changed the game. The internet gave us another way. We don't have to trade our time for money anymore. We can create. And I'm not saying that quitting your job is easy, but I think that we should start shifting our mindset. The people who break free are the ones who see the system for what it is and start building something outside of it. For me, that meant joining the creator economy. Instead of making someone else rich, I use my creativity, I use AI and technology to build something for myself. I share my thoughts and experiences on YouTube, and I'm turning that into a sustainable business. We have options, that's my point. More than that, they want us to believe that we don't, but you do. If you've ever felt like work was a trap, it's because it is, but you don't have to stay trapped. If you enjoy the content that I create and want to help me keep going, consider supporting me on Patreon. It's $5 a month. Your membership would make a huge difference, and you'll get access to behind-the-scenes vlogs and some extra content along the way. As always, thank you for listening. Do me a favor and tap that like button to show your support. Subscribe if you're interested in more content like this. Until next time, stay hungry, relentless, and strong in your journey of escaping wage slavery. Bye. Oh, you're still here. Oh, that's right. It's the behind-the-scenes vlog. This segment of the video is a more personal segment where I share more personal stuff. It's mostly for my subscribers, but if you're new here, you're more than welcome to stick around. So, unfortunately, my break from wage slavery has unfortunately ended. I have a new assignment, and this time it's in the finance department. In case you don't know, I work as a consultant, so I trade my job pretty much several times per year. And I work in many areas. So the work is quite boring, and it takes me about an hour and a half to get to work with train and bus every single day and then back again. And I suppose this is just normal, but my inner Spartacus is patient. I will escape wage slavery. And speaking of, I've been getting a lot of requests to share how to get out of wage slavery, even though I haven't escaped myself. But I did create this PDF tutorial that you can purchase on my web shop. It's called the Wage Slavery Survival Guide, and it's where I share my best tricks and ideas about how to get out of wage slavery. Now, I did post something last year where I said I would never exploit my viewers' desperation to get out, but after getting so many requests, it felt like the right thing to do. Anyway, it's $5. It's on my web shop. Check it out if you want. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.